Welcome to the Children's Book Council of Australia Book of the Year Awards 2025 Eve Pownall category. Books in this category have a readership and audience of 0 to 18 years, and they're entered on information and factual content. Let's have a look at the shortlist for the 2025 award year. I'm joined by my volunteer expert judging colleagues, Jo, Kate and Fran. Tell us about some books on the shortlist this year.
Always Was, Always Will Be by Aunty, Muir and Sue Lawson. The powerful cover of this book graphically displays the strong message of stories of resistance that the authors believe need to be told from the perspective of First Nations peoples. The authors have taken great care to focus on sourcing information written by First Nations people connected to noted figures and events from history. Primary sources have been used throughout and historic photographs. The story is succinctly written and the graphic design is of high quality with clear font size. The important messages of resistance include the Day of Mourning in 1938, the right to vote, the Pilbara strike, Wave Hill walkout, and concludes with The Voice. It has extensive contents, glossary, picture credits and references.
Thanks, Fran. Aren't they fantastic? Let's hear about another book entry into this year's shortlist for the Eve Pownall Award.
My book today is South with the Seabirds by Jess McGeachin, and it's a stunning example of modern Australian non-fiction text. It explores the early mapping and discovery of Macquarie Island, as well as the remarkable story of 4 female scientists as they try and take part in this exploration. It's a visually captivating and compelling story with a dual narrative throughout. It's a detailed and supremely interesting story, and it provides a unique perspective on a little-known chapter of Australian history, both the scientific exploration of Macquarie Island and groundbreaking research being done by the women involved. The dual narrative allows for 2 different levels of reading, the adventure as well as the imparting of the scientific information. And at the end it comes full circle with modern day hikers hiking on the island and visiting the landmarks which have been named after the original 4 scientists.
Fantastic work, thank you, Kate. I love that title. Let's hear about another entry in the shortlist for this year.
Terrific. Well, Bridget Farmer's delightful I Am a Magpie and I'm a Currawong uses simple rhyme and rhythm to create potentially a child's first non-fiction book. It's accompanied by stunning illustrations, perfect for pre and early readers, and used to make for an accessible text. The beautiful illustrations are reminiscent of classic nature journals, and they invite children to observe and look closely at details in nature.
My second book is Design and Building on Country by Alison, an Indigenous designer, and Professor Paul Memmott, architect, anthropologist and environmentalist. It contains striking illustrations by Blak the Archibald Prize winner. The enduring message of the book demonstrates the strong connection to country, showcasing 60,000 plus years of Indigenous occupation and care of the land. It is highly interactive for children with the Ask Alison and Ask Paul questions throughout the book, and the chapters focus on topics such as objects and country, First Nations materials and spirituality, tools for living on country, shelters and design today. In the very beginning, the authors state, "We are going to take you deep into the Aboriginal concept of country and show you how it is a way of seeing and relating to the world." Concluding with hope for the future, such as rethinking Aboriginal design and housing with the involvement of Aboriginal architects and addressing problems of the past.
Yeah, my next book today is Flora, Australia's Most Curious Plants by Tania McCartney. This one captures the reader's attention right from the very beginning. The gorgeous embossed front cover, the back cover, the inside end pages, the reader's attention is captivated straight away. Each and every page in this book is detailed and uniquely presented and imparts the information in a really interesting manner. It's visually appealing and the design evokes a sense of nostalgia and beauty. It's got comprehensive glossary and index pages and table of contents, And it's been meticulously researched, and it's a beautifully executed book. And it manages to balance knowledge along with accessibility and interest. This book fully meets the criteria, the judging criteria, to a very, very high level.
Thank you, Kate. And our last entry, Jo, for consideration in the shortlist this year?
Okay, well, Making the Shrine, Stories from Victoria's War Memorial by Laura J. Carroll is a fascinating and heartfelt read that brings to life the history, meaning and evolution of one of Australia's most significant monuments. What makes this book especially engaging is Carroll's approach with handwritten text, giving an intimate and personal feel. It's suitable for readers 10 and up and is beautifully illustrated, graphic non-fiction text. It explores a mix of personal stories and historical moments. The book spans a broad historical period from its making through to the COVID period. It has been meticulously researched and provides a wonderful sources page at the end. It has elucidatory notes to help readers distinguish fact from fiction, and humour is interwoven with the weighty themes of war, loss and political change.
Well, this is the shortlist for the Eve Pownall Information Books for the 2025 Children's Book Council Book of the Year Awards. Over to you to engage with these fantastic, high-quality Australian pieces of literature, engage with the criteria, and come up with your own engagement as we look at the information content presented here.